Even when you do everything else right, shaping can be the one step that makes the difference between a well-formed loaf and one that just doesn't turn out the way you hoped. Shaping is one of the most overlooked steps in bread making, but it has a big impact on how your finished loaf looks and rises. Let me show you exactly what to do. Our dough has been rising for an hour and a half, and it looks pretty good. Hopefully you can see that. And we're going to go ahead and take it out. And I'm just going to deflate it a little bit. And what I usually do is I weigh the whole ball. It's usually around 1,800 or more, somewhere close to that. So we got 1767. And if I divide that by 3, I'm going to get 589. So I'm going to divide this into 3 pieces, each weighing approximately 589 grams. And if you don't have a scale, you can just eyeball it. I just like to weigh it so that all my loaves are the same size. So there's one loaf. Okay, so we have our 3 loaves weighed out. And these 2 loaves I'm just going to make into regular white bread. But this one I'm going to make into cinnamon raisin bread. And what I do is I just press it out usually with my fingers on the regular loaves. To make sure I get the air bubbles out. Let me move these pans. I'm going to show you a little method here for if you've ever made a loaf of bread and it came out with a big air bubble in the middle or somewhere. You can take a fork while you're at this stage and just poke holes all in the dough as it's laying here. Just in case there is an air pocket there that you might not get out, and this will keep, that right there will keep you from having that big air bubble that sometimes makes it into your loaf of bread, which turns into a hole when you slice it. So I usually just stretch it out, and we don't have to knead it or anything. It's already had all of its kneading that it needs. And I usually stretch it out into some kind of a rectangle. I don't bother measuring the pan or anything. I just stretch it out and then I roll it up. Just take it and roll it up. And hopefully you can see this, and I just pull it toward me, tucking in the ends and pulling it toward me. And make a little log like that. And then I put that in my greased loaf pan. So we'll do this one. So this doesn't have to be fancy. You just want to get it into a nice log to put into your pan so it'll fill the pan. And the reason you want to pull it towards you like that, you want this tight to be, you want this top of your log to be tight, you know, to have some strength to it, because that's what gives you that oven rise. I'll put that one there. If you are enjoying these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what your biggest pain point is when you're making bread. What are some things you would like to learn? And I will definitely take those into consideration as I plan my next videos. Now this one, we are going to make cinnamon raisin bread. There's a couple of ways you can do this, and I've done it both ways. I like to take my raisins and knead them into the dough. I have put them into the swirl, but we like to toast it, and when you put them into the swirl, they tend to fall out in the toaster. Now, I'm not measuring these per se, but I'd say that's at least a half a cup of raisins. You can put as many or as few raisins as you want to. And try not to throw them all over the floor like I did. So I just want to mix these raisins into the dough so they're incorporated in the dough. Okay, and I have my dough roller here. I'm going to roll this out into a rectangle. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want an area here where we can put our cinnamon and brown sugar on. So I'm just going to help this shape out into a rectangle. I guess you could also, if you wanted to, you could, instead of baking it in a loaf, you could roll it up and cut it out into cinnamon rolls. I'm just going to use my hand here and a couple of tablespoons of butter and spread that all around. Get that butter off my hands. Now I'm going to sprinkle on some cinnamon. And you can put as much or as little cinnamon as you want. I'm always fairly generous. And then we're going to put a little brown sugar. Now you do want to go easy with the brown sugar, because if you put too much, it's going to get all, it's just going to ooze out and make a mess. So that's probably a tablespoon and a half, maybe 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And I'm just going to press that into the dough. And we're going to roll this up, just like we did the others. And so my ends are sticking out a little far, so I'm going to tuck them in down here at the bottom. And something else that I'm going to do, this does tend to get sticky and stick to the pan, so I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper in my baking pan. Then we'll just scoop up our raisin loaf, cinnamon raisin loaf, and put that in. So we are about ready to put our bread into the oven, and I'm going to show you the raisin bread here. Now, these loaves could rise a little bit longer, but they've already risen a little bit over the top of the pan. And I'm running short on time, so I know they'll be fine if I go ahead and score them and bake them. I have my oven preheated. I have a convection bake oven, and I have it on 325 convection bake. You could put it on 350 if you don't have convection bake, but I like to bake it low at 350 or 325 because this gives me a thinner, softer crust. It's practically crustless. The crust is so soft and so thin. So that's the way I like to bake it. If you bake it at a higher temperature, then you're going to have a harder, thicker crust. And that also does really well with the cinnamon raisin bread because of the sugar. And I just use a razor blade and I score the top of the loaf. You could do it any way you want. Get fancy with it if you want to, but the ideal is just to open it up so it'll be able to rise more. And so I have done it many ways, and I've learned to stick with just a straight line down the middle. And that's how I score it. You don't want to go too terrible deep. The idea is just to cut that top layer and make a weak spot there on top so that it will rise. I don't score the cinnamon raisin bread because of the way it's rolled with the swirl. Scoring it really does not do it well. So I don't score it. So my oven is preheated. Now, I don't know if your oven can do this or not, but my oven has a little indentation in the bottom of it where I can add water. If your oven does not have that, then you can just put a pan down in the very bottom on the floor of your oven and put some water in it. About a half a cup is what I've got here. This is going to produce steam and keep this bread, this outer crust, really soft and give it time to rise in the oven. It really makes a difference. And so that's a way to get a little more oven spring on your bread. So I'm going to take this water and pour it in. And we'll take off my glasses because it always steams them up. Then I'm going to put my pans in the oven. Now I'm going to set a timer for 23 minutes. That does not mean that the bread is going to be done in 23 minutes, but it'll be close. And what I will do then around that 23-minute mark is I will turn on my thermometer here that I have, and I will stick this into one of the loaves of bread, and I will set the temperature to 180, 185, or 190 degrees. Somewhere around there is where you want your internal temperature of your bread to be for it to be done. I really love using a thermometer. You can use the grill thermometer where you stick in and pull out, but I like this one. I guess this is also a grill thermometer. It has a magnet on the back, but I like this one because I can set the temperature and stick this in and close the oven door. This part stays on the outside, this part goes in the oven. Close the oven door and it will alarm when the bread reaches that internal temperature. If you are learning to bake and need help troubleshooting and you are interested, I have a powerful PDF on bread machine troubleshooting, and the tips in this PDF will work with bread, whether it's in the bread machine or not. The tips that are in this PDF guide will be helpful to anyone that is learning to bake bread. It is available on Gumroad, and I have a link. I will put a link in the pinned comment of this video, and it'll also be in the description of the video, where you can access Gumroad and be able to get the PDF. Okay, so the raisin bread has reached 180 degrees, and I'm going to go ahead and take it out. So there we have that one, and we'll let it cool as well. And then we'll cut it open and see what the crumb looks like. So the bread probably could cool a little bit more, but I'm short on time, so I'm going to go ahead and slice into this loaf so we can see what the crumb looks like. So you can see how soft it is. Let's cut another piece here. It's a very soft bread. It is a very good sandwich bread. So we're going to slice into our cinnamon raisin bread so you can see that swirl on the inside. Just look at that, how beautiful. And it's super soft.